What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hooligan Hangout, your mom's favorite place to be. This is our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like and a comment as you so see fit. Today, we're going to talk about basically the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the whole construct of it, like where we think it's going and how we think it's doing right now. This is going to dive into spoilers into Multiverse of Madness and anything prior to that. So, man, where do we begin? If you haven't seen our review for Multiverse of Madness, make sure to hit that link in the bio for our podcast and, check it out because it might, or it's even on YouTube actually. So, just go back a few videos and check it out because it's going to help you digest what we're about to say. Where do we think it's headed with this whole multiverse concept and how phase 4 has gone so far?
So here's how I kind of think of it. I think up like pre-Endgame, the way they did it is they kind of built each character, Mm-hmm. They did each character have its own movies, multiple movies, Iron Man, Thor, like they all had like multiple movies, and they each built it. And probably like at the time it kind of seemed scattered kind of everywhere, and then in the end it was brought all together. I think the difference with what they're doing now is they're starting it off the same. Everything's kind of scattered. There's doing all these different shows, all these different movies, a bunch of different things. We have Moon Knight going, but then we also have like WandaVision going, and like those two don't really connect.
There's been, I think, 6 shows so far, yeah.
Yeah. And the difference that I see is I don't think, at least I hope they don't, but I really don't think they're going to try to connect everything in a big way like they did in Endgame. Like I can see it with the multiverse, like they're connecting like WandaVision and everything with Doctor Strange, but I don't think that they're going to connect everything that they have like they did before. I think it's all going to go split up into different like trees. You know what I mean?
I think they are building it up into the Secret Wars comic line. However, I do think they're doing it in a different way. Instead of it all being connected from the jump, like every movie pre-Endgame had like connections at the end through end credit scenes. This one, however, each one of these projects has seemed like super solo, like on its own. There's nothing super connecting to it. And if it does connect, it's connected to something that is going to just further the show.
I feel like the opposite.
You haven't seen many of the shows, though.
I guess so. You're right.
Yeah, they feel kind of, I don't want to say one-off, but they feel like they're their own little thing so far. And there's nothing really building right now.
Pre-Endgame, though. I feel like everything was solo and just kind of tied it in at the very, very end of the movie or something.
Yeah, but that was the point. It was supposed to tie it in little by little until like the Avengers stuff. Which helped the movie dramatically.
And I have the opposite issue. I don't remember where I saw it. Let me see if I can find it. But sorry, I'm looking it up. But I saw somewhere that one of the directors came out and like openly said, like they confirmed that the reason that Doctor Strange spell failed with Peter Parker was because Loki killed the I forgot what the fuck this
Kang?
version of the Kang's name is. But
the one who remains.
Yeah, it was because whenever they killed him was around the same time that spell started, and that was the reason that the spell broke. And like one of the directors came out and like confirmed that was true. I don't remember which one.
That's interesting.
John Watts? I don't know.
It was one of those guys. But
Mark, whatever his name is, the writer, Mark W something.
Yeah, it was one of those guys that came out and they were like, yeah, no, it broke because Loki and Sylvie killed the one who remains. And then, like, if you didn't see WandaVision, like Anthony didn't see WandaVision, Multiverse of Madness just throws you right in there, assuming you saw it, and then you just kind of have to kind of pick up the pieces as it goes. And I feel like that's going to be a reoccurring issue going forward with any of the movies, is that they're just going to assume you've watched one of the 8 shows that they've released entirely before you watch that movie, and they're like, all right, well, you're caught up now, let's just throw you into this shit show. And,
That's true. I could see
and
that.
then you're just lost, and that's the direction they're going, is that they have too much shit going on at the same time, and they expect you to keep track of absolutely everything. And I think that's asking too much of a casual viewer. And at this point, the only people who are going to be thoroughly enjoying Marvel films are going to be the diehards or the movie critics like us, who are obligated to watch them all.
It's going to be, going forward, it's going to start getting really confusing. And even then, the reason that, well, at least me and Edward weren't as high on Multiverse of Madness, one of the reasons is because to me, it didn't do enough to establish a multiverse of madness. And this was supposed to be a really big film for the direction of the MCU going forward, and it didn't feel like it, in my opinion. It didn't feel like it.
I
feel like Loki did more for the multiverse than Multiverse of Madness did.
Yep.
Do y'all think they're gonna push harder on the bigger movies like Doctor Strange and
they already have,
and Spider-Man, like the bigger heroes? Or do you think they're gonna start pushing more on the shows like Moon Knight and Loki and like these smaller characters?
The whole reason that they started the shows is so that they can still have some of those small characters while the movies will focus on the big names for the rest, basically the rest of the time. So you're never going to see a Moon Knight movie. You're not going to see a Daredevil movie. You're not going to see a She-Hulk movie. Those only are going to exist exclusively in the shows. Any street level hero from here on out, I guarantee you they will only exist in the shows. And the only people who are going to get movies are going to be the big cosmic level Avengers from here on out.
Yeah, I was gonna say they already built it up pre-Endgame. They're not really, they don't want to do the structure where they have to do a solo movie for every new hero anymore. They just don't. They're trying to be more time efficient.
And I can almost guarantee you're never gonna see Moon Knight in an Avengers movie.
You'll see him in a Midnight Suns movie. They made one. Some team up like that, but they're building towards, because isn't there gonna be like a Secret Invasion show?
Yep, there's a Secret Invasion show starring Nick Fury and
the Skrull
and the Skrulls.
The Skrulls.
But I feel like even that Secret Invasion show, again, keeping in the theme, it's going to be more street level for a actual big level, the next Avengers movie. And then the show is going to be like, oh, well, if you've seen this show, well, then you know that this is going to happen, which means this is going to happen. But we're not going to tell you that. We're just going to start off right when it happened and assume you've seen everything. So good luck, bro. I don't know, it's hard. I kind of hate and love the structure because I like that the structure is focusing on different side, like characters' like their own little thing going on. That's what DC has done for a long time, is they focus on, let's say, a Batman movie or a Superman movie, but it's not connected to anything. But then they finally would do like a team up, like especially in the animated universe, they would do a team up and it would feel like it's fine. You know what I mean? Like everything's good. Like I know this guy's story already. I know that they were on this side mission, whatnot, but it doesn't interfere with the big events of the whole universe. They're trying to make it seem like they don't need as much build up anymore because everything's already established. And ironically, the thing that DC gets shit on the most for is for releasing Justice League before they release their individual solo character movies, so they're forced to do it all in one movie. Ironically, Marvel is heading that exact same direction. And Doctor Strange is the biggest proof of that, because they literally just threw you first 2 minutes straight to the action and then didn't explain anything. Yes, they do give you a show that you can go watch and get the prelude to it. But imagine the last thing you saw was Avengers Endgame, and that was the last time you saw the Scarlet Witch. And then you get here into this movie, and the first thing you see is the Scarlet Witch going batshit fucking crazy, killing people.
Yeah, messing everything up.
So you see her going from, you took everything from me, being a hero, trying to stop Thanos, sacrificing everything, straight into her just being a fucked up, twisted, full-blown murderous villain.
The one thing that Marvel does have, I don't like that they're not like they're doing the multiverse, but they're showing these different characters. Like they're not really introducing anyone. The audience isn't really getting to know them until they just appear. I don't really like that, but the thing that Marvel does have on their back is all of the old school early 2000s Marvel films that were made. They can use those as cameos, and that itself will bring the fan nostalgia.
And
it'll make you feel like you know them.
And unfortunately, my final thoughts on this topic is that Marvel is officially at the end of the Infinity Saga. That is when they wrapped up their films for normal audiences. And ever since then, they are in full-blown fan service mode. This is the fan service phase. From here on out, the only thing you're going to see from Marvel movies is fan service moments. And that is the only thing that's going to drive people to come watch the movies. That's the only thing you're going to see in marketing is them pushing stuff specifically for fan service. And at this point, they already used all their big characters. So it's really obscure fan service. But that's the only thing that they have left.
But I think
that's why they put Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Spider-Man. That's how come they finally did John Krasinski as Reed Richards. That's
Newsflash,
why
I don't think he's gonna be there. This is just one thing.
That's why they brought back Charles Xavier. That's why they brought him back. And that is going to be the only thing that is going to make Marvel remotely interesting. And that's the only thing they're relying on to make the money from here until the end of the next saga.
And that showed because their shows aren't that strong either.
I don't think they're going to only rely on fan service. I think it will be big for a few movies. But I also think it won't be anything for other movies, like Thor, for example.
Thor's nothing but Thor fan service. Like, that's just a Thor love story. Like, Love and Thunder, that's all it is.
I do think Thor is going to be a big movie, and I'm actually really excited for it. And I haven't really been excited for many Marvel movies anymore. But, yeah, it's just going to... The biggest thing Thor has for it is the director's really, really creative. And so he really, really... Like, that's just... He works great with the character, and that's what's going to be really cool about the storytelling with it and stuff. But I don't know how it's going to connect to the bigger universe anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if Thor's going to be killed off. I don't know. He probably will, to be honest with you, if they're trying to get rid of the old and in with the new kind of thing. So nobody's going to like it. People are going to say, oh, the Infinity Saga is better because I love these characters better and stuff. But it's like a comic book. It's just, that's how it has to be. Like, there's new issues, there's new universes. You just have to go with it.
While we're only a year in, I am going to preemptively label this as the fan service saga and mark it off as that until Marvel proves me wrong. But so far, they haven't.
Do you like the structure, Anthony, or what's up?
I think it's a little messy and all over the place.
That's what I was saying. I think it's going to get a little confusing for the casual viewer.
I think I'm becoming a casual viewer.
You know, I do have to say this is a little... I'm not diving into the topic. I'm just saying Marvel movies are so, like, guaranteed entertaining nowadays that to bring the family to that, they're crushing, like, other movies, like other original movies or any other movies that are actually really good.
I think the first time that you'll blatantly see, like, the biggest example of Marvel fucking over the casual audience will 100% be when Captain America 4 comes out and they see Sam Wilson suited up as Captain America, and then they're not going to give any background on why he's like that, and the audience is going to be like, what the fuck? All right.
Well, if they remotely look into it, I mean, the first trailer, they're going to be like, oh, Captain America 4. And then they're going to say, oh, Sam finally got the shield. But then they're going to be like, wait, how did he get the shield? Like, when did this happen?
And then they're not going to explain it because that was the whole point of the show. They're going to assume everyone's seen the show. And they're going to be like, all right, let's pick up wherever the fuck we're going with Captain America 4.
Exactly.
Which I believe is supposed to lead either into or out of Secret Wars.
Yeah. I would say it's going to be into. I know Spider-Man's going to be pretty big.
Talk some more about it on like an Instagram live or something, because I'm sure we could go on forever. But think we should
Anyways,
I
fuck
agree,
Marvel.
yes.
DC can ride off into the sunset.
We're not fanboys. We're just spitting facts. Oh, my bad. It's my thing. Whoops. So that's it for our little discussion about Marvel. Leave some comments. We really want to know what y'all think about this topic. And like we said, we'll probably go live again and, talk about anything that y'all want to talk about. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Like we said, look at all of the links in our bio. We're providing with all of our social media, all of our merch, all of our podcast stuff, anywhere. Look at other videos on our YouTube channel. And
if you're stuck around this far, as you're watching this, we got some brand new merch on our website. Dad hats, trucker hats, every kind of hat you could imagine, beanies, all of it in the merch link down below.
say hi to your mom for us.